We have a 2008 BMW 550i. We will be replacing the brake booster. The brake pedal is very hard to press, and after our diagnostic, the brake booster needs to be replaced. As always, it is best practice to disconnect the battery. Battery is located in the trunk on the passenger side, as you can see. We'll remove the negative terminal. In order to get to the brake booster, this cover has to come off. Um, this cover back there has to come off. The wiper blades need to come out. So we're going to start working on that now. So there's some clips. You can just push the clip and the covers will come out. $13mm. Okay, let's see. Another 13mm right there. Another 13. That trim you just slide to the left or right, but towards the driver's side. So this trim came out, and there we can see the brake booster now. So we will be disconnecting the brake booster, no, not the master cylinder lines, brake lines. Right here. For this part, you would need a number, what is it, a 12? And this one is, what number is that? 11. Okay, so 11. And you want to hold it from the other side, make sure it doesn't, and then just try to disconnect it. All right, so one side is done. All right, so the lines have been disconnected. We'll just have to pull them out. All right, set on the side a little bit. Disconnect the hose. try to get the master cylinder bolts out. It takes a 13 millimeter socket, and it is kind of hard to see, but it is right there. That's the first one. Because the space is so tight, you have to use the hand wrench here. It does take a little while to get those bolts out. Okay, we're going to try the second one now. Okay, the first one's out. Okay. Just have to keep working on it. So, very tight spot. Okay, the smaller ratchet seems to be working a lot better. So both bolts are out. We are gonna remove the master cylinder at this time. So just pull it out a little bit and just set it aside. And there's the brake booster that we will be replacing. Okay. So we're inside of the vehicle trying to get the trims out to be able to get to the brake pedal where the brake booster is connected and try to disconnect it. For that, we have to remove some Phillips heads to get this trim out. There's four screws holding this trim. There's one screw on this side. You do have to remove the carpet or a little bit to get to that screw in the back. Disconnect the harness and this panel should come right out. Now we have access to the brake pedal where it's connected to the booster. Okay, so first we have to remove the security lock that we're working on right now. Alright, so this is the security lock. Has been removed right there. The pin needs to be removed. Alright, so there's the pin that needs to come out. $13 millimeter, 2 bolts need to come out. Should free up the brake booster. Okay. This point, we're ready to take out the brake booster. There we have it. Just clean up. There's a lot of leaves, stuff we're gonna clean up real quick. Looks a lot better now. And actually, there's a drain down there which was clogged, and should be good now. Just make sure you cover, if you blow air there, make sure you cover the hole so none of the trash goes inside the vehicle. All right, we're gonna match the new one with the original to make sure everything looks good. We are ready to install the new brake booster. Line it up. Okay, there we go. Now we go back inside. All right, we're gonna start placing the nuts. We have to use the magnet to try to reach this very tight spot over there. Make sure they're tight all the way. And now the third one. The clips gotta go back in. And then the safety clip. Okay. Go and replace all the trims. Make sure to get the wires connected first. Alright, so these are the screws that came off. You gotta put them back in. There's one on this side. Now we will be installing the master cylinder back in there. And since the brake lines were disconnected, we will have to bleed the system. So we got both of them in finally. It took us a long time to try to get those two nuts back on. It's pretty difficult to get them because it's really tight. Location's really tight. There's no room. So we're just gonna make sure, double check and make sure they're all the way tight. So okay, they are pretty tight at this point, both of them. We are going to double check the other one to make sure it's fully tight. It's kind of hard to show you exactly where it is, but so master cylinder's back on. Now we're ready to put the lines back in. The vacuum line and the brake lines need to go back in. First the vacuum line. Okay, it's in right there. Yeah, so master cylinder's in. The vacuum line on the side is in. We're working on the brake lines at this point. It has to go in very perfectly straight or else it's not gonna tighten properly. Thread's not gonna tighten. Should definitely try it with the hand first and then at the end use a tool. Alright, so let's do the other one. Okay, just tight all the way. I'm replacing all the trims back on. Everything's back together. We're gonna reconnect the battery. Oh, we we just putting back in the seal, the rubber seal, and then the battery. Trying to line it up into the hole. All right, there it is. It's lined up. We have the vehicle on the lift. We're about to start the brake line bleeding system. We're gonna be bleeding the brake lines right here, and then of course um, right there. Just the standard bleeding, nothing special, just to get the air out of the system. In order to properly bleed it, you need two people. One releasing the pressure, and the other one keep pressing on the brake. You can see additional videos about how to properly bleed the system, braking system. We're gonna go ahead and get all the air out, and we should be done with this job at that point.